Hi, this is Colin Fairley, the instructor for Pulse 402 Science and Justice. This is actually my favorite class to teach here at Queen's, and most closely aligned with my research interests. The focus is on advances in human genetics and the biomedical sciences. I believe science policy is the most significant issue of public policy decision making in the 21st century. And in the course, I focus on helping students refine the intellectual skill sets needed to think rationally and cogently about the kinds of advances that are being made in the biomedical sciences. Topics we address in Pulse 402 include the ethics of gene therapy and genome editing. Over 1,800 experiments of gene therapy have taken place on humans in the world today, and the first case of genome editing of embryos took place in China in 2018 when twin girls were born with edited genomes to make them immune to HIV. We also consider the issue of enhancement in sport, the genetics of intelligence, happiness, and emotional resilience, the social and legal implications of identifying the genetics associated with impulsive violent aggression, the limits and scope of reproductive freedom. Should parents be able to select the sex of their offspring and screen embryos for other desired traits? And finally, population aging has brought a dramatic rise in the chronic diseases of late life, like cancer, heart disease, and stroke. Should we aspire to alter the way humans age if this would confer more health on humans in late life? The course utilizes 3 different textbooks: Alan Buchanan's Beyond Humanity, Francois Baylis's book Altered Inheritance, CRISPR and the Ethics of Genome Editing, and my recent textbook, Genetic Ethics, An Introduction. I look forward to us exploring these topics together.
Hi there, I'm Paul Gardner. Thanks for your interest in Paul's 433, Problems in American Democracy. The Trump presidency has created a new set of challenges for American democracy, but more importantly, Trump's election is a result of complex and growing dysfunctions in American government. This course seeks to examine American political life and the apparent dissatisfaction of the American electorate with its political leadership. What is it that Americans want from government, and why are political elites unable to deliver on those demands? What are the sources of polarization in American politics, and can political science suggest any solutions? Each week will be an in-depth examination of one problem that afflicts American democracy today. Those topics will include partisan polarization, identity politics, race violence and state authority, the role of media in elections, electoral institutions and access to the ballot, the rise of far right-wing parties in politics, oligarchy and influence by the affluent, judicial power, and the rise of presidential power. We'll read popular and political science literature to help us better understand these problems and discuss possible solutions. The course will have both asynchronous and synchronous elements. The asynchronous elements will be a combination of brief video lectures by me and collaborative annotation of course readings and perusal. With this as a base, the synchronous element will be once weekly for 80 to 90 minutes in small group discussions with no more than 11 students conducted via Zoom. If you haven't had a foundational course in the basics of U.S. democracy, I recommend Richard Valelli's American Politics, A Very Short Introduction, which is available from the campus bookstore. Thanks again for your interest. If you choose to enroll in Politics 433, I look forward to meeting you.
Hi, I'm Palumi. I'm an assistant professor in the Political Studies Department. It really is a pity that we won't be able to see you in person in fall, but I'm very excited to teach Paul's 444, Ethnicity and Development. So this course really revolves around this one big finding in political economy, which is that more diverse cities, regions, countries are associated with lower levels of economic development, lower levels of social development, and we'll try and find out why that is the case. So we start with the fundamentals. What is development? What are some of the theories of social justice that dictate theories of development? What is identity? What is ethnicity? What connects the two? What are some of the theories in psychology that group-based or tribal behavior are based on? The rest of the course would look at mechanisms that connect diversity to social and economic development. So we look at macro level historical processes as well as micro level processes that dictate group behavior, social norms, which then end up affecting collective action. The last couple of weeks will look at identity-based movements as well as how politics of recognition and status hierarchy affect public policy outcomes. More than just the specific, topics of the weeks, you would also learn how to read social science, which I know many students still struggle with. So you would learn how to dissect an argument, how to critique an argument. In terms of the requirements of the weeks, I'll assign about 3 articles every week, which is about 70 to 100 pages. The readings will be very global in its approach. We would be reading about cases from all over the world, and we will be reading economists, political scientists, sociologists, psychologists. So it's very multidisciplinary in its approach as well. You would be writing weekly response papers, half of which will contribute towards your final grade. You would also write a final paper on a topic of your choice. A copy of the syllabus is available on my website if you're interested, but feel free to write to me if you have any questions. Hope to see you in fall. Bye.
Hi, incoming fourth-year politics students. My name is Professor Wayne Cox. This fall, I will be teaching PULS 467, which is an advanced undergraduate course on the international political economy. There are no prerequisites. Obviously, normally this is a seminar, and well, this year it's going to be a little bit different. So I would just want to talk a little bit about how the course will develop as a remote course. The requirements will be there. I'm going to have seminars. They will be done in Zoom, and I think it would be torture to ask you to sit on Zoom for 3 hours a week. So what I plan on doing is having about a 30-minute uploadable small lecture from myself to talk about the themes of that particular week. And then we'll have 2 30-minute basically discussion sessions on Zoom where students will review the readings and we'll have talks and things like that. And I'll have them at kind of different times so that if you're in a different time zone, hopefully it can work out for you. There's a major research component in this course, and that research component will be composed of basically 2 things. The first will be the students, after they get themselves a research program, which will be done through a proposal. They'll have to provide the rest of the students with a PowerPoint research presentation of the research that they're doing, and that will be followed by a fairly significant 15 to 20 page research paper. There will be no final exam. So the course will be based upon your seminar involvement, your research presentation in PowerPoint, and your research paper. So if you're interested in international political economy, particularly if you want to go on to do graduate work, or if political economy involves your future career, I'd love to see you. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Hello everyone, my name is Pınardo Kumacı, and this fall I will be joining Queen's as the Peacock Postdoctoral Fellow and teaching the seminar in Gender and Politics. The code of our course is 485, and in this course we will be focusing on the complex and often assumed to be contradictory relationship between feminism, postcolonialism, and Islam. The last few decades have indeed marked an increased interaction between feminist theorizing and postcolonial theory, and especially in the Western world. This has enabled feminists to at least appear more open and receptive towards decolonizing feminism, which is in itself an emancipatory project of the Enlightenment. So in this course, we will shift the focus from the Western world to the Islamic world, where the situation is more complex, and analyze the gender dynamics of colonial, postcolonial, and different national power structures, and how these dynamics have led to different feminisms and modernities in these contexts. Looking forward to meeting you all, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your summer during these unprecedented times. Thank you.